My daddy. Hey, everybody. I thought I'd take a walk. It's a nice day, so just thought I'd bring you along. Beautiful day. 72 degrees out. Mostly blue sky. Sun's out nice and bright, but there's some different cloud-like substances around. Are you coming, Teddy? It was so nice and been pulling weeds. Got tired of doing that, so I just thought I'd go live and while I walked. It's not going to be a long live. It's so nice, though. This tree right here is starting to get some color on its leaves. Getting to be that time of year. Here in a couple weeks, it'll be all pretty out. Few random cloud-like things. Grass is tall out here in the field. Left it up because there's a couple deer families that like to lay in here. Ready, Ted? So nice out here. Did not want to be stuck inside. I don't even really have anything to talk about. I just was going for a walk and decided to turn the camera on when I went. There's something out walking through there. Could be just a squirrel. It is today. Today's Friday, so it's like the last day of the month, I think, right? Saturday's the first. Last day of September. Beautiful last day of September. Skies are pretty. Sun's out bright. No rain. It's not freezing cold. Here in Missouri, we're like in the four season days. Wakes up. When you wake up, it feels like winter. A little bit later, about 10 o'clock, it feels like spring. And then it almost feels like summer during the day, couple hours. And then it goes back to being fall and then cold at night. Dressed in layers or change your clothes several times during the day. That type of weather. I think I'll walk up to the road and check the mail. Been busy trying to come up with a like a room, office, closed off space where I can do some lives and don't necessarily have to do them in the middle of the night. So this is kind of different going live in the middle of the day. I typically don't do this. Usually it's a nighttime thing, but I just wanted to show the beauty. Hey, Code. Code's in the building. Code's in the building. Yeah, I decided to go for a walk and I thought I'd turn the camera on. Well, I went. It's beautiful here today. 72 degrees. Sun's out. Slight little breeze. So I'm walking up the driveway to go get the mail and thought I'd turn it on. How is your Freaky Friday going, Code? I don't even really have anything to talk about. Just thought, well, I haven't went live for a while, so might as well turn the camera on while I walk. Slow. Yeah, it's what, 2:43 here. I really haven't done a whole lot today. Um, been outside, sat on the porch quite a bit just 'cause it's nice. And then my cousin's over here and loved on Chloe for a while. I have my sunglasses on my head because I don't need them at this moment. They keep popping down. My uncle's yelling for me. I'm going to turn on mute just a second so I can yell back. Well, he didn't respond, but I guess I'll go ahead and walk back this way. I bet Chloe's probably out. That's all it is. Chloe gets up and comes outside. He thinks I need to be there. So told him I was going for a walk. It's just so nice out here today. I think later we're going to help unload somebody at a storage locker. It's Friday. I used to unload trucks on Friday, so I guess that's all right. Later today, I can unload a truck. And now I'm just heading back the way I just came. I didn't make it to the mailbox yet, but I can do that in a minute. Well, not in a minute. It takes a little bit to get there. Haven't seen any deer, but I heard a couple. The dinger went off earlier today, so I figured that was was a deer walking in front of them of the dinger. Ted's with me. Watch, I'm gonna get up here. He's gonna end up like being on the Kubota looking for me or something. So that's what I'm doing. Just enjoying the day without going anywhere, doing anything. I know we'll be going somewhere later. So I didn't want to sit in the house. You know, there's things I can do in there. And I've been thinking about like this office slash room, whatever that I'm trying to put together, and figured, okay, I really can't do anything about it because the room's not empty yet. It's supposed to be emptied on Sunday. But then we just got a call this morning telling us that that's not going to happen. So it'll be a little bit later. But that's okay. I'm adaptable, right? Flexibility. I'll just figure somewhere else to start or another way to go around that. I don't know. I'll figure out something. I'm good at doing that. I didn't even check to see if anybody else was doing a live. I just decided to walk, and I guess I probably need to do that. I want to step on somebody else's toes if they're going live. But I figure I won't be here long. Oh, goodness, Teddy, all right? My daddy's memorial. Okay, I don't see anybody outside, so I don't know. Might be a little upset if I walk all the way down here. No one important. Oh, cool. That's good to know then, because yeah, I didn't even, like I said, this was just a spur of the moment random thing, but that's how I do most things, I guess, especially when it comes to YouTube. I got woke up today by a woodpecker on the front porch, a huge woodpecker. And he wasn't, like banging on the wood or anything like that. He was flying around and he kept flying into one screen and landing on it. And every time he did, it was like a loud bang. So let's see if I can figure out. Hold on a minute. You smack talkers. I'm not talking nothing. I'm just like the babbler talker today. Okay, so I got to the house and it was because Chloe came outside, but she's back in the house now. She just came outside to go to the bathroom apparently. So I had to get called for that. Yeah, she's kind of beyond the point of wanting to do these long walks with me now. Ah, sure. So yes, I walked halfway up the driveway and halfway back just because Chloe had to go outside and go to the bathroom, and she was done by the time I got back. Oh well, dog mom life, I guess. So my cousin's doing laundry. He had just came out on the porch. I really need to get up here and do some weeding here. Put down some plastic so only the plants come back next year. This thing right here, I gotta get rid of it. Weeds, they're just never ending, aren't they? Get that one out right now. It is a never ending job. But like gardening, doing lawn work, it's pretty rewarding, I think so, because when you do it and there's no weeds, it looks all pretty. That's kind of cool. Let's see, I'm looking for my lighter. I know I have it. There it is. It's not the same as going live when I'm in the house or something. I got everything I need right there. I had to load up with me everything I might need. Let's see, I can't even think of anything really interesting to talk about right now. Just talking to myself. I mean, lives are kind of different. Most of the time, I have some card readings or reading the book. I got back into the um, Lemuria Atlantis book last night because I've been missing it. So I think I might try to go live before too long. We're on chapter 8. Funny, chapter 8. There's an 8. Maybe it did. Are we like the only ones, Code? Is it just me and you? Oh. Well, if that's true, you're like way too far away. You really need to get over this. Start swimming. My daughter is attempting to call me.
Your daughter is
Hold on
attempting
a
to reach
second.
you on your cellular device.
I'm back. Well, if the reset happened, I know my cousin and my uncle are still here. Code, you and I are here. And let's see, well, one of my daughters is still here because she just called me. She just picked up all the pallets. So yeah, she's up in the city right now. When is the sell by date on that one? That's funny. Oh, I forgot what I was doing. I go to get mail. That's this way. Anything? Heads apples. Saw a squirrel eating one the other day. Been seeing a lot of squirrels here lately. These things are pretty wild. See, here they come on a four-wheeler. It almost looks like it has eyes right there. That's cool. It's just pieces of gravel. But these things are awesome. You can put them in your house, in your garage, or whatever, and they keep the spiders away. Spiders, moths, things like that don't like them, so they stay out of your stuff. Oh, I thought they were on the floor wheeler. They might just be working on the tractor. Look, it's a little bitty one. Huh. I have a band-aid on my finger because my dumb butt was pulling weeds without gloves. And I got a big stack of weeds and just sliced my finger in two places, kind of like paper cuts, only it was weed cuts and not the good kind of weed. You see the moon up there? Very faintly. I would say this grass right here he's never let it grow this high before. He usually cuts it a couple times a year. But my cousin and I talked him into keeping it up because the deer like it. And I know there's at least two families that I know for sure, I think three, that hang out up there. Pretty cool. You know, it looks kind of nice with all the little yellow wildflowers in between. So I'm gonna see if I make it all the way up the driveway this time to actually get the mail. You see, this is how long the driveway is. Had an Amazon driver call and he goes, "Are you the yellow house? If you can see my house, you are not at the right place." And when it rains, it washes this out. It is a pain. So it seems like he's always putting fresh gravel up here and using the tractor to grade it, try to fill it in. But it just, when you can see when it rains, the water just goes right down there and right down there. Wow. I'm out of shape for walking. I used to walk miles every day. This hill's kicking my butt. Guess I need to start doing this every day. It's just not the same walking up and down the driveway as like walking at the lake or on trails or all kinds of birdies. Hi, Jackie. Welcome in. I'm just taking a walk up to get my mail on a beautiful, beautiful Friday. How are you doing? This hill kicked my butt. Yay! Made it to the top. That's awesome, Jackie. Doing great. Oh, a book for my uncle. Goodness. I was a little chilly on my way up here. Not now. Now we're going to head back. This is a good workout. Usually I don't walk up the hill. I think I need to start doing that. Hi, Marilyn. Welcome in. I'm just getting myself out of breath walking up my drive. How are you doing today? It is so beautiful here. 72 degrees on the last day of September. Couldn't ask for a nicer day. Very strange going live this time of day. It wasn't planned. It was just I decided to walk up because been inside too much. From my out of breath, you can tell that I haven't been doing my usual things, and so I decided to walk. And I thought, well, I'll just turn on the camera, see what anybody else is doing. That's Teddy, my uncle's doggy. He goes everywhere. He follows me around like a puppy dog. It is. My uncle has an awesome place down here. I moved in down here in April, and it's gorgeous. All this wood. As soon as it gets a little bit colder, where I know the snakes are all getting their homes hid, I'll start doing some lives walking through the woods because he's got 44 acres, and the majority of it is wooded. There's a creek that runs back through there. And this field right here, a couple deer families live in there. So it's kind of cool, but it's an awesome place. He actually won the lottery in 2001, won like $50,000, and he bought this place. So it's pretty cool, and I'm thankful enough that there went my glasses, awesome enough that he lets me stay here too. Oh, I keep putting my finger in the view. I'm sorry. And there's a couple of trees around here that are starting to get some colors, but in the next couple of weeks, this should start turning pretty. I'm hoping to drive down to Arkansas, maybe like the third week of October, because it's not that far of a drive. You can see some red back there. And it just has beautiful colors. And through the mountains there, they have a lot of scenic views where you can pull over. And I just got one of those little suction cup mounts that go on the dash of your vehicle. So you can put your phone. I told my uncle I got that done so that we could go down to Arkansas one day. And it's about a 3-hour drive, but we could drive down there, drive back. I'm a driver, so that works for me. Yeah, this is my view every day. There used to be a trail. Back in the day, we used to come down here. We had lots of trails, especially when all the kids were younger. Bring the kids down here for the weekend. There for a few years, my kids, two at a time, would come down here and stay a week at a time during summer break. And they'd cook for them and clean and get to ride the four-wheelers through. And there, like I said, there's a creek that goes all the way through there, all the way through the back of the house, basically all the way around the property except to the south. And he had a canoe, and they'd get in the canoe, and sometimes they went fishing and all that good kind of stuff. It's 3:03 right now. And here in a couple hours, we're going to go help unload a truck at a storage unit. She buys giant pallets at auction, and most of the stuff is brand new, and then takes it out and sells it like at garage sales. And oh, it is. See, here's another path that used to be. Teddy's going to show us the way. I'm not going to go too far because I am not even dressed for going out in the woods right now. But yeah, I plan on it. It is just so beautiful down here. You can get lost in it. There's all kinds of places where there's trees down, and you can just like sit in them. A couple places where there are no trees above, and you can just sit down there in the middle of the woods and look up at the sky. Okay, Teddy, I'm not going any further. This driveway is great, except for when it's real snowy or when it rains a lot, because when it rains a lot, it just washes down. You can definitely see the low spots. Teddy's still down there. Oh. But yeah, and it's kind of funny. You can hear the highway. You can hear cars and trucks going down the highway now here. And the highway's probably about, oh, it's probably only 5 or 6 miles maybe. But there used to be all kinds of trees in this field. And about 2 years ago, someone bought all that land and took all the trees down and put the cows in. And before, when the trees were up, you couldn't hear it. But like right now, I can hear semis going down the highway. But you never know it looking around that we were that close to anything. It's just because I think we're uphill some, and it travels. So if you hear cars in the background, that's what it is. We're close, but we can still hear them. So I probably would have been done with this already, but I got halfway up there and they hollered at me. My uncle did, to come back. He thought Chloe wanted to come with me, but she just had to get up and go outside and do her business. She went back inside and laid down. She's already walked with me once this morning. This right here, this is my daddy's memorial. His nickname was Quinn. And he wanted to start a record company called Quinamo Music. So my cousin found those two signs and put them together. So it says Quinamo. But I need to weed it. But I am about back to the house. We've got, let's see, there is a pond back through all those trees, but there's no clear path to it right now. It's all grown over. So that'll have to wait till all the snakes are at their home. But yeah, right behind those trees over there, there's a little pond that has water in it all the time. Let's see. This is his friends. They come down sometimes and visit, and they stay in their RV. They haven't been down the last couple years. He's been fighting a bunch of skin cancer. He's a vet who has like the whole Agent Orange thing. It's pretty messed up. Oh, it is. I love sitting up there. Anytime I get frustrated, especially if me and my uncle get into an argument or something, that's what I do is go sit up by my dad and sit there and tell him everything. And sometimes we just sit and yeah, I lost him in 2004. Now down there is another pond. He's even, well, we've actually, we gave him money one time to have it dug out, but apparently there's a tree somewhere underneath in the middle, so it doesn't let it fill up with water. So, but whenever we get a big rain, that whole thing will be full of water and it looks so pretty. And this right here is completely full of wild blackberries. This is all wild blackberries. It got so hot and so dry. Bird or rabbit got so hot and so dry that all of the berries dried up and a little too late, but that's all this. Now there's a tree in the middle there, but all the way around this is wild blackberries. So hopefully next year, since I know it's here, I'm going to see if I can clean it out a little bit this winter and maybe get some berries that we can actually take advantage of next year. To see just so many of them just dried up. It just got so hot for so long. And this isn't a place that we typically water. And this right here is my uncle's. I don't know if you can see it. It's a heart. This is my aunt's memorial. And usually that chair sits right outside of it. He just mowed around it, so we put it up there. But this is his little project to my Aunt Vicky. So he hangs out down here quite a bit. It's pretty cool. He's got an awesome place. Like I said, the pond, and then back behind the pond, that woods is all his. And that goes back there. That's all his. There's the little levee thingy right there. You can walk back in the woods and got a nice spot back there. I got one of my hammocks back there. When I decided to camp out without going anywhere, I put my tent and everything back in that nice little spot in the backyard. And as we've been clearing weeds, so we're making us a big old pile so we can have another big old bonfire before too long. And that's the dirt mound over there. I've never seen it at dirt. This is the first time I've ever seen him actually clear it. But I think me being here, well, I know me being here helps motivate him. But underneath that, that little building goes down. It goes under the ground, and that's the well house with the water. And that's also where we would go if there was like a tornado, if we needed to seek cover. But it just looks so different. Usually it's all piled up with, all that stuff. And then it keeps going. But yeah, I've got new hammocks I'm gonna put on next spring, so I'm leaving my old ones on here. But I sit back here, and because this gets shadier faster than the front yard. And his property goes back in there. See, Code, he told you. That live, he told you, come on down. You just gotta get here. It's just, I would be lost. I would be so lost if I was in the city or there's my wood pile for all my fires. I gotta come back here and get them all, but they're all underneath cover so they don't get super wet. So, but that's all I burn those in that fireplace over there. I would be lost without nature. I have to get out in it every day. I start my morning outside, sitting on the porch, and it's that's that view of the open field. And this right here, sometimes he mows, sometimes he doesn't. Right there's a pile of trash that the people who had this mobile home over here, my cousin's best friends, they kind of left it. But there's some wood down there. It needs to be cut. Just a lot. We'll do a lot this winter because cleaning up things and giving him some help. He's really never had anybody down here to help him a whole lot. So I've been helping him get his house cleaned and rearranged and all that good stuff. But yeah, I had my tent. Well, you can see on the grass there. That's where my tent was. And then I had a little sun tent, shade tent set up right there for Chloe, and chairs and tables. And it was camping with all the comforts of home. So that was kind of cool. But I'm going to get off here and go take this mail in and see what Miss Chloe's doing and see what my cousin and my uncle are doing. And like I said, I know in about, it's 3:13, 3:13 right now. Couple hours, I'm going to go unload a truck. So, yay! I like unloading trucks. I like using my muscles, keeping in shape. Because if I don't, especially this time of year, it's so easy just to sit around and do nothing. Be a final look of my sky. There's the moon over there. I don't know if it's showing up, but a couple random lines. Nope, that's what it is. So thank you all for coming on my walk with me today. It was fun, and as soon as I get my little office room set up, I'll be able to do some more lives, maybe some during the day instead of all of them at night. But hopefully here before too long, I'll get back into the reading of the book. But thank you, Marilyn, Code, Jackie. Thank you all for stopping by and hanging out with me. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Friday, Freaky Friday. Love you all. See you soon. Bye-bye.